Hello and welcome to the Codex video for the, I don't even know what number, I've lost count. But we just fought through Redcliffe Castle. Let's check out what codexes we have collected. Alright, creatures, Revenant. That was the big dude that we fought out in the courtyard that I said was going to be tough, and he ended up not being that tough. Alright, the Revenant. An entire unit of men, all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection, but it appears that it is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his rantings pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities were eerily similar to those our brothers at Marnaspel encountered almost a century ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blade, and attacked so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. No, your perfection, what we have here is indeed a revenant, and nothing less. From a letter to Divine Amara III, 571, Exalted. A revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or of desire, making it amongst the most powerful possessed opponents that one can face. Many possess spells, but most are armed and armored and prefer the use of their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks but regenerate quickly, and commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them, stay at range if possible, and strike quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. Alright, let's move on to Apostates. It is not uncommon for the neophyte to mistake apostates and maleficarum as one and the same. Indeed, the chantry has gone to great lengths over the centuries to establish that this is so. The truth, however, is that while an apostate is often a maleficar, he need not be so. A maleficar is a mage who employs forbidden knowledge such as blood magic and the summoning of demons, whereas an apostate is merely any mage who does not fall under the auspices of the Circle of Magi, and therefore the chantry. They are hunted by the Templars, and quite often they will turn into forbidden knowledge in order to survive. But it would be a lie to say that all apostates begin that way. Historically, apostates become stuck in one of two ways. They are either mages who have escaped from the circle, or mages who were never part of it to begin with. This latter category includes what we tend to refer to as hedge mages, those with magical ability out in the hinterlands who follow a different magical tradition than our own. Some of these hedge mages are not even aware of their nature. Undeveloped, their abilities can express themselves in a variety of ways, which the hedge mage might attribute to faith or will, or to another being entirely, depending on his nature. Some of these traditions are passed down from generation to generation, as with the so-called witches of the chastened wilders, or the shamans of the Avar barbarians. No matter how a mage has become apostate, the chantry treats them alike. Templars begin a systematic hunt to bring the apostate to justice. In almost all cases, justice is execution. If there is some overriding reason the mage should live, the right of tranquility is employed instead. Whether we of the Circle of Magi believe this system is fair is irrelevant. It is what it is. From Patterns Within Form by Halden, First Enchanter of Starkhaven, 880 Blessed. So that's pretty fucked up. Alright, Blood Magic, the Forbidden School. Foul and corrupt are you who have taken my gift and turned it against my children. Transfigurations, 1810. The ancient Tevinters did not originally consider blood magic a school of its own. Rather, they saw it as a means to achieve greater power in any school of magic. The name, of course, refers to the fact that blood magic of this type uses life, specifically in the form of blood instead of mana. It was common practice at one time for a magister to keep a number of slaves on hand, so that, should he undertake the working of a spell that was physically beyond his abilities, he could use the blood of his slaves to bolster the casting. Over time, however, the Imperium discovered different types of spells that could only be worked by blood. Although Lyrium will allow a mage to send his conscious mind into the Fade, Blood would allow him to find the sleeping minds of others, view their dreams, and even influence or dominate their thoughts. Just as treacherous, blood magic allows the veil to be opened completely so that demons may physically pass through it into our world. Sorry, that got my thoughts thinking. Okay. The rise of the Chant of Light and the subsequent fall of the Old Imperium has led to blood magic being all but stamped out, as it should be, for it poses nearly as great a danger to those who would practice it as to the world at large. From the Four Schools, a treatise by First Enchanter Josephus. Okay. Next we have Connor Guerin. I feel like I'm sleeping, but I guess I'm not. While most of the bands and Arls of Ferelden cart their children with them to the Landsmeet in the interest of eventually marrying them off, Connor has spent his entire life at Redcliffe, and it's hardly surprising. The child possessed the gift of magic. By law, he should have been taken to the Circle of Magi at the first sign, abdicating his claim to Redcliffe. Instead, the boy was kept out of public view and his magic hushed up, with disastrous results. All mages are beacons that attract the attention of fade spirits. Because of this, they are trained and tested by the Circle to ensure that they can withstand attacks from malevolent fade creatures that seek entry into the waking world. Untrained, Connor drew the attention of a powerful demon that tore the veil asunder. So he's an apostate, like we read about. Alright, notes. Correspondence Interruptus. I think this is the letters that we found. A collection of embarrassing personal communication between the spoiled wealthy and their objects of obsession. You are filthy, a beast. Such depravity I have never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden when they leave your lips is beyond decent imagining. Madam, I love you. Sir Oggold. Alright, so I think that concludes this Codex video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks! Bye!